Al, we got Parasites this week.
Yep.
They're coming to get you. They look like fleas, but they're parasites, and they're gonna make you be a rude dude if they get on you.
And now they're here for Shippo.
They sure are. So yeah, hello, welcome to this week's episode of Jared Now Watch Inuyasha, is episode 167. I'm Jared, joined as always by Doc Al and Lady
Hello.
We are discussing Season 6, Episode 26, or Episode 164, entitled Possessed by a Parasite, Shippo, Our Worst Enemy. Oh no.
Oh no. That's exactly what it sounds like.
Uh-huh. We get a lengthy recap before we kick off the
Like
episode.
4 minutes?
Well, it's like 3,
Oh, okay.
because you have to account for like the 90-second intro. But yeah, it's just like, here's what's happening, because we are technically back into canonical material, of course. Which I wonder how much of this actually is canonical material. Okay. Parasite. Shippo becomes possessed by a parasite. Yep, okay, that's all there. Anyways, Naraku's in a snowstorm, and he finds a cave and gets an orb, and then someone's like, "Who dares disturb my sleep?" And then we don't see Naraku for the rest of the episode.
We see him at the end.
Yeah, you're right. Inuyasha ties Shippo into a tree, or up a tree, I should say, not into a tree. Just hangs in there for some reason, and then he's like, "Oh, you were using him as a bait to get the fox demon, of course." Hulk. And then a big old fox shows up, and they're ready to kill it, and the villager's like, "No, don't.
That's our deity.
Just calm it down." So Moroku and Sango work together to basically make it chill out. They throw some scent beads, and Moroku throws some charms at it, and then Sango destroys the parasite she sees on the back of the fox deity.
Mm-hmm.
And then the fox is like, "All right, see you later." Wee. And then they gotta cut Shippo down before they get to go to the headman's house.
They almost left him.
Sango tells them about the parasite, and like, yeah, this thing, it's real rude. It likes to latch on to demons and then makes them do some bad things. Shippo wakes up in the middle of the night, and he sees a big shadow of a parasite. He's like, "Ah, it's here!" And Inuyasha's like, bonks him, is like, just stay here. Inuyasha kills 2 of them, but there was 3 there. Oh no!
Oh no, where's the other one?
And then somehow, in the midst of him killing the 2 that were running away, one just latches on the Shippo, and Shippo's gone.
Yep.
I don't know how that happened, but it happened.
Kagome comes out in her PJs and is like, "Where's Shippo?" And he's like, "He's right there with you." No, he's not.
Sango and Moroku try and go after Shippo, but Shippo gives them the old slip.
Well, he's going heh 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 the whole time.
Yeah, he's basically just Gremlin Korode.
Basically, the entire episode. It's pretty funny.
Secret to money.
Thank you.
You are welcome. Turtle. But yeah, Shippo then just destroys the area around some villages and just being rude to everyone. He makes some mochi during the night, and then Sango and Moroku try and find him again, and then they get trapped up in his big old mochi trap. Just hang out there for a while. Inuyasha was like out of commission for a bit because Shippo ate a bunch of the scent beads and spewed them out at Inuyasha the previous night, so he's out of commission for a bit. It's basically like essentially got a hangover.
Yep.
And then him and Kagome got to try and find him before the villagers try and take him out, but Shippo again is able to give him the slip, and then they catch back up to him, and then he just starts doing some rude things to Inuyasha and Kagome.
He was a chicken first.
He was a chicken, and then he throws some toys at them, puts them into a tornado, and then puts a little helicopter thingy on Inuyasha's head, and he just flies off into the mochi.
Yep.
So yeah, Moroku, Sango, and Inuyasha finally get out of the mochi, and then just like, "Oh hey, Kagome, how's it going?"
I'm just gonna say they definitely did not think ahead of like how that was gonna look.
No.
Because there are a few scenes that was like, oh no, that hmm. Hmm.
Hmm.
There's a reason why G Dragon makes reference to Mochi when it comes to some of his
Explicit
explicit
songs.
songs, yes.
Songo makes some dumplings that got some paralyzing poison in them.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ship was like, nom 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 nom
Nom nom
nom
nom nom
nom.
nom nom nom.
And then he's like,
Delicious.
bzz, 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 bzz. And then Inuyasha's going to take him down. He's like, I'm done playing around. I'm gonna get you. And Ship was like, no, you would kill one of your friends. No. But he just basically cuts the parasite away. And then it takes off, and they're like, well, okay, we got Shippo free. He's free. He's back to normal. Even though him and Inuyasha get into an argument again. But then the parents are like, hey, we should probably go follow that thing and just get rid of all these parasites, you know?
That's probably a good
They're
idea.
like, okay.
Okay.
They get to like this like riverbed, and there's just a bunch of them there.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, well, that's bad. We should probably do something about this. And then Moroku's like, I've got this. Wind tunnel. And he just sucks them all up.
He gets to be useful.
Yeah. Then there's like two more just flying around and get shot.
Mm-hmm.
And then Kikyo's like, that's weird. I've seen a lot of these things. Anyways, she's just out here skeet shooting parasites for some reason. So there's that. And then they all, Inuyasha and the gang just chill out. They're going to eat some ramen. And Songo's like, I don't think that whole situation was normal because, like, we didn't find a host or anything. That seems kind of bad.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Moroku's like, what if it's Naraku?
Naraku.
Speaking of Naraku, he's just walking around with his orb.
He has an orb now.
And he's just like, ha 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 ha. He's got some very vascular hands as well for some reason.
His hands look very swollen.
He's got that vascularity.
Swollen and vascular.
Yeah. That's how they end the episode this week.
Again, if you told me this was filler, I would have believed you.
True. We got a few things of trivia this week.
Hit me.
The bamboo copter, which is the thing he attached to Inuyasha's head, Shippo uses in the episode highly resemble a Take copter from the Doraemon series.
Oh, okay.
The things that Shippo vomits up after Songo drugs him look similar to the Susawatari from the Studio Ghibli films My Neighbor Totoro and Spirited Away.
Okay. Yeah, that kind of did. I could see that.
Yeah. I've seen one of those movies.
Which one?
Totoro.
You should see both of them.
I mean, yeah, there's probably a lot of Ghibli films I should see, but, you know.
Yes.
It's me. Next time. Technically the penultimate episode, but not for us.
Because the last one is split in two.
Yeah. We'll be discussing episode 165 entitled The Ultimate Key to Defeating Naraku.
Wow.
Everyone's here, essentially, and we're going to be fighting Naraku again.
Yay.
As we inch closer and closer to the end of the original series.
Wild.
It's very wild to think about. So, yeah. We'll see what the ultimate key to defeating Naraku is that we won't actually probably get to until the final act, because obviously we're not finishing things up here. But yeah, that'll do it for us this week. If you'd like more from us, head on over to seasonalanimeCheckup.com or sac.coast, where you can find past episodes of this podcast and other podcasts, like Seasonal Anime Checkup OVA, and also find columns and reviews on the site as well. If you'd like more from Ann Ladium, go to AnnLadium.com. She's got columns and reviews. You can follow us on Twitter and TikTok at Anime Checkup. Follow us on Blue Sky at SeasonalAnimeCheckup.com. You can buy our books, One Shiny Moment, a critical analysis of Love, Life, Sunshine, Hot Tubs, and Pac-Man on Amazon.com. And you can support us on Patreon, patreon.com/SACOVA. So join us next time as we find out how to defeat Naraku finally.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll totally be the answer.